We're going to start by pushing back our customer's cuticle. I'm going to follow through with taking a medium grit buffer, paying attention to the very back area of the nail, making sure that's nice and clean, and then just quickly following through and removing the shine from the nail. After we have that, we want to make sure that we remove all the dust and oil from the nail plate. So we're going to scrub it with a nail cleanser. After we have that, we're going to take our protein bond and we're going to just hit the very tip of the nail. We do just the tip. That way, if we want to remove with acetone, it'll be a lot easier to remove. If we apply the protein bond to the whole nail, it's not going to want to come off with acetone. We're going to take our base coat. We're going to apply a nice, thin, but full coverage layer to the nail. And once we have that, we're going to put it in the light and cure it. If you're curing in a UV light, we're going to cure it for 1 minute. If we're curing in an LED, we're going to cure it for 30 seconds. Once our base is cured, we're going to pull her out of the light and we're going to do our first layer of color. Again, we're going to put a nice thin layer on. Get anywhere you don't want it. You can use an orange wood stick or something to remove it. You don't want to leave it on the skin. After we have that, we're going to go ahead and put it in white. Okay, so we're going to do our second coat. Make sure we get our nice full coverage. Back into the light. So once she comes out of the light for the second, once we have the second layer on, I'm just going to take a nice gold and hit it on the side, nice little purple, hit it on the side, and then I'm going to take my finger and kind of blend it out and into each other. Going to take our gel top coat or gel polish top coat, a nice little layer over the top. This we're going to leave wet. We're going to bring in our Mylars. When we do Mylars in a gel polish, we do it a little bit different. If we're doing it in acrylic or gel, we can kind of pile it on, make a mess, and not worry about it because we're going to file it out. Gel polish, we want a nice smoother application or we're going to run into problems and we're going to have to file a lot of the nail. So we're going to just put out our pieces of Mylar onto a tile and flatten, grab the really nice flat pieces and put it into that wet top coat. What this is doing is it's just going to give you some depth and dimension to the nail. Once we have what we want, we're going to go ahead and set her back in the light for 30 seconds. And once she comes out of the light, we're going to go ahead and take our top coat again, and we're going to top coat right over those pieces of Mylar. I'm slightly floating the gel top coat over the nail. I look at it from sideways. That way I can see if there's any dips or grooves that I need to fill in. and cure it out. Once she's done, we're going to go ahead and pull her out of the light. Now it's almost completely unavoidable that you're going to fill a little bit of the pieces of Mylar. Instead of sitting there torturing yourself about it, it's just quicker. I like to take little nippers if they're sticking up really far and nip it off, but I just quickly come through with a buffer, smooth out the nail. If I need a shape or anything, I do it now. And dust the nail off. I'm going to just put a nice little layer of protein bond on the top. And then top coat again. So it's going to take you an extra 5 seconds to do, but then you have no worries that there's going to be any bumps that your customer is going to feel. In the light. Pull our hand out, remove the sticky layer.